Hey, Trey, is this just one of those games that comes from tired legs, or was it something that they did on the defensive side that was tough for shots to fall?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, we played less than 48 hours ago, 1 o'clock game. I mean, having to win 3 games straight to really just get to this point, 2 on the road. I mean, you can definitely feel, I mean, talking to guys, you definitely feel the heavy legs, but you got to give them credit. They came out aggressive. They were off, and they came out with a lot of energy, and they fed off the energy from the crowd and just made some shots and made plays. So you got to give them credit too.
They play the switching defenses aggressively. Do you think there's anything y'all could have did as a team to attack that better?
We could have been. I mean, they do a lot of switching. They do a lot of switching things up too, not just switching. They do a lot of trapping. I mean, so you got to be ready to really just read off of what they do, because they do a lot of different things in different times of the game. So it's not just switching. They do a lot of trapping and things like that too.
They talked about the playoff intensity that taking it up another level. And we saw that with you guys, especially that second half against Cleveland. What do you think that you guys need to bring intensity wise for game 2 here?
I mean, I think it's just part of the process. I mean, they got swept here last year in the playoffs. So I mean, they come out with a different energy. I mean, it's a part of it. I mean, winning 1 game isn't the whole thing. So got to be ready for next game, be ready for game 2, and we will.
Trey, most of the time, any game on any given night, you're playing against 2-3 defenders that they're bringing at you. There's nothing defensively that you haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
Take me through the process for you when you go through film in terms of making adjustments you need from game 1 to game 2, and how confident are you that you'll be able to switch things around?
I mean, I'm very confident we're going to turn this around, first of all. And then second of all, whenever teams are trapping and doing things like that, it's not necessarily just me. I got to make sure my teammates are in the right place, and bringing JC back tonight. I mean, it's another guy got to get into a rhythm and a flow, but they did a lot of trapping and things like that. So it's more about getting guys to the right place and making the right reads. So it's a collective unit whenever a guy gets trapped.
Speaking of JC, obviously the first time we're seeing him since March 11th. Just what did you see out of him, getting his first game action in over a month?
I mean, it was good. I mean, he got some shots to fall, especially there late. So it was good to get him into a rhythm. But I mean, obviously we lost by 30, so not too much good things too.
One question from Zoom. On Zoom, we'll go to Terrell Thomas.
Trey, of course, with the experience that you gentlemen have from last year's playoff run, we know you guys are capable of bouncing back, but just kind of following up on what will be key for game 2. What are you expecting out of your teammates, and what are you expecting with having another game with JC in the lineup?
I mean, we obviously got to go back and to the drawing board and get some things switched up and to be ready to play. Really, it's just not getting down. I mean, you got to win 4 games to win a series. You don't win 1 and win it all. So if that was the case, we'd have been in the finals last year. So I wish we just gotta keep a clear mind, stay level headed, and we will, and just be ready to go for game 2.
Thank you.
Gosh.
Hey, JC, obviously not the result you wanted, but your first game back since March 11th. Just how did you feel legs wise, lung wise, injury wise?
Yeah, I felt, better than expected. I feel like the adrenaline took over a little bit. Obviously trying to just handle it the right way, make sure I'm going out there in the best possible state. Just try to be myself. Obviously a little bit of a while as I've last time I've been on the court, but I feel like I caught my wind. Definitely wanted a better result though. So got to go back to the drawing board.
For you, what was that recovery process like over the last, month and a couple weeks for you, just healing from the finger, the foot, all of that?
Yeah, it's been tough. Obviously a finger injury, me being a right-handed person and it being my right hand, obviously just creates a little bit more of issues than I thought I would necessarily have. And then, plantar fascia, it just being on my heel, just the very specific places of them obviously gave me a little bit of trouble. But as I said, just trying to be delicate, have a plan. And I feel like we've been trying to stick to that and get me back right. So just trying to do it the safe way, but I feel good.
Yeah. When did you know, I guess, that you were feeling, 100% ready to go for a game like today?
I don't necessarily know if I feel 100% anytime soon. As I said, it's more so about just understanding, do I feel comfortable going out there and just hooping? I feel like I know I won't be pain-free, but I'm just good. I don't think anybody's pain-free at this point in the season. So just trying to make sure that I'm not in there, interrupting anything for the long term.
Of a 36-hour turnaround for the team to play in Cleveland and then come here, play a 1 p.m. game against the #1 team in the East. Just how difficult is that mentally, physically for a team to do that and get up to the intensity that the Heat was playing with?
It's definitely not easy. We know what they're going to do when we step into this building. We know how they like to play. It's going to be a dog fight. Going to be gritty, going to play hard, and they're going to play together. So just us understanding that and just having a stronger mentality next time we come out. But we know the Heat aren't #1 seed in the East for no reason. So we just got to come back with a better game plan.
John, two things. Obviously, you're a good rebounder anyway, but do you feel even a greater burden to do even more of that with Clint out, or a greater burden to do anything else with Clint out?
Damn right. Excuse my French. CC is a big part of what we do, a big part of our anchor down in the middle, and we miss him, and we're going to try to do our best to make up for the difference that we don't have when he's not here. So.
And one unrelated thing, in terms of defending Bam, how has that changed over the course of his career, your young career and his? What has he developed now that maybe you have to respect more as a defender than maybe 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, I don't know if he's necessarily developed or, if maybe it's always been there, but his vision, just for feel for the ball, just on the ball more, using the ball and bringing it up more, and just guarding Bam on the ball instead of just only in the post. I feel like that's the biggest difference, if anything.
Matching their intensity here today. As the energy guy kind of the team, how do you feel like you can kind of step up the energy a little bit more for the next game?
Man, obviously, hopefully just continue to get my win back and just fly around, talk, do what I do naturally, bring the energy, bring the juice. And that's really the only thing I can do to try to inspire guys to bring the energy, is having myself, and just try to start there.
First question on Zoom was to Allison.
Hey, John, with Clint Capella going down, did it give you kind of like a greater sense of urgency that you had to kind of push through and be here for your team, since you're not feeling totally at 100% yet? Or were you trying to go no matter what for game 1?
The plan was to try to get back right for some time during the playoffs. So that was the plan. And obviously, just seeing CC go down, I hate to see anybody go down. It's my brother, it's my guy. So, of course, a little bit of extra pressure on myself, but I feel like that's warranted. We want to make up the slack for him when he gets back, until he gets back.
Final Zoom question goes to Christos Saltas.
Hey, John, hope you're doing well. First of all, welcome back. For this team, where did you see the confidence level at this stage, and what do you need to improve detail-wise on game 2?
Confidence-wise for ourselves, I don't necessarily felt like we were wavering in confidence. I just more so felt the mentality, and how we thought the Heat were going to approach this game was a little bit less than we have liked. But in terms of things that we need to change, really just need to change our mentality, our ability to talk on defense. The open shots are going to fall, but we just need to move the ball a little bit more, and just adjust to this Miami team, a different team than we played in the regular season. Try to, use the series to its fullest extent and come back in the series. So thank you. Appreciate it.
What stood out to you about just Miami's defense and how stout it was?
They're a good defensive team. They could switch 1 through 5. And they just came out with a lot of intensity, and they, pressured us a lot. Next game, we just got to, be able to face that pressure, be able to attack it, and just read the defense from there.
Is there anything y'all can do, or I guess, how do you kind of level up that intensity? Is it just mental, or is it X's and O's as well?
Yeah, it's just mental. Just everybody got to come on and play their hardest. That's the biggest thing.
Where do you see the biggest adjustment between game one and game two for you guys? And how difficult is it to like turn it around like that in 36 hours after landing at 3 a.m. and having to come out, 36 hours later?
I mean, it's the playoffs. I feel like that's not really an excuse. I feel like at this time of the year, no matter what the break is, how long you're resting, we gotta be ready to play. And I mean, there's no excuse to come out how we did.
They've changed somewhat in their lineup since y'all played them a bunch of, obviously played them last week. But before then, it was a group with Robinson, Tucker, Bam, Jimmy, Kyle. They put Strus in the starting lineup, Robinson off the bench with Hero, have two floor spacers there. How has that changed defending them both as a starting group and off the bench?
I mean, it doesn't really change anything from our defensive game planning. Our game planning stayed the same. We just had to get out to shooters. That's all. We let them get a lot of open shots. We were kind of over helping at times. So just really getting out to them, I feel like that would limit a few of the shots that they had.
As a team that has a lot of good shooters, how tough is it when you have Hero, who wasn't on his game tonight, but has been all season, and Robinson both out there spacing the floor on a second unit?
They're both great shooters. So, just having them on the floor with, guys like Jimmy and Bam, you got to be, where to roll, pick and roll and things like that. So it creates a lot of problems, but we'll be good. We'll figure it out. Have a blessed day.